Okay, so for our lesson two, we'll be tackling about types of business analytics. Okay, now there are three types of business analytics. First, we have the descriptive analytics. It will ask you what has happened or what happened and why it happened. And then the predictive analytics answers the question what will happen or what could happen in the future based on previous trends and patterns. And lastly, the prescriptive analytics. It anticipates what will happen when it happened and also why it happened or what should a business do. Okay, now in the descriptive analytics, it is an insight into the past. This is the simplest form of analytics and employs data aggregation and mining techniques. While predictive analytics, it is more on understanding the future. It forecasts the possibility of future events using statistical models and machine learning techniques. While the prescriptive analytics, it advises possible outcomes. So this type of business analytics is capable of not only suggesting all favorable outcomes according to a specified course of action, but recommending a specific action to deliver the most desired results. Okay, now the main goal in this subject or in this course is not to provide you with a list of all possible analytical tools, but rather, this is to persuade that putting analytics to work can help you, future managers, and employees to make better decisions and help your organization perform better. Okay, first we'll discuss the descriptive analytics. We'll just have an overview of these three types of analytics. Okay, so descriptive analytics, it seeks to provide a depiction or summary view of facts and figures in an understandable format to either inform or prepare data for further analysis. And it uses two primary techniques, namely the data aggregation and data mining, to report past events, and it presents past data in an easily digestible format for the benefit of a wide business audience. And descriptive analytics are very useful because they allow us to learn from the past behaviors and understand how they might influence future outcomes. Okay, so when do we use descriptive analytics? So we use descriptive analytics whenever you need to understand at an aggregate level what is going on in your company, or when you want to summarize and describe different aspects of the business. Now we have examples here. So summarizing past events such as regional sales, customer attrition, or success of marketing campaigns is an example of descriptive analytics. Another is tabulation of social metrics such as Facebook likes, tweets, or followers, and also reporting of general trends like hot travel destinations or news trends. Okay, now we have an example of a company who applied descriptive analytics, the McKinsey and Company. So in McKinsey's 2016 analytics study defines the future of machine learning, and you will find that US retail 40%, industry and GPS based services 60% are showing rapid adoption of descriptive analytics to track teams, customers, and assets across locations to capture enhanced insights for operational efficiency. So the descriptive analytics has made great strides in supply chain mapping or SCM, manufacturing, plant sensors, and GPS vehicle tracking to gather, organize, and view past events. Another is the Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's BA or BI team handles reporting for all sales and delivery operations at the company. Report automation and other enterprise system integrations put CRM data back into the hands of sales teams in the field through mobile dashboards that provide timely, actionable information and a distinct competitive advantage. So the problem here is that Coca-Cola have a manual reporting processes restricted access to real-time sales and operations data. And with the solution, with their BI platform or the business intelligence platform, the team has automated manual reporting processes, saving over 260 hours a year, more than 60, more than 6 40-hour work weeks. So a self-service BI implementation fosters more effective collaborations between the IT and business users that maximize the expertise of participants. Analysts and IT can focus on big picture strategy and long term innovations such as enterprise data governance rather than manual research and reporting tasks. Now, the role of descriptive analytics in future data analysis is that the future of data analytics lies in not only describing what has happened but in accurately predicting what might happen in the future. Next, we have the predictive analytics. Okay. So, the predictive analytics, the use of data, statistical algorithms, and machine learning techniques to identify the likelihood of future outcomes based on historical data. So, it can generate future insights with a significant degree of precision. So the goal here is to go beyond knowing what has happened and providing a best assessment of what will happen in the future. With the help of sophisticated predictive analytics tools and models, any organization can use past and current data to reliably forecast trends and behaviors in milliseconds or days or years into the future. So the predictive analytics answers the question what will happen. So a sample picture shows predictive analytics workbench. A predictive analytics workbench allows a user to create, validate, manage, and deploy predictive analytic models. And the predictive analytics workbench consists of these components. So we have the model repository. Under that, we have the data management, design tools, data visualization and analysis, deployment, and also the modeling algorithms. And through the deployment, we can have executable model. So we have the decision service, and we have a database. It's called operational database. And then after that, we have the production application. Then we can have the predictive analytics. Diyan papasok ang predictive analytics. So it is important to remember that there is no statistical algorithm that can predict the future with 100% certainty. Companies use these statistics to forecast what might happen in the future. This is because the foundation of predictive analytics is based on probabilities. Okay, now there are some of the events in predictive analytics that may address and includes the following. We have the churn or the customer attrition. This is the rate of customers moving out or quitting out of the service. Also the customer conversion, the online purchase patterns, production adoption, a product adoption, sorry, or the customer cross-selling and upselling, and also the customer online behavior, the website visit behavior. You also have the predictive modeling algorithms, the decision tree, neural networks, linear regression, and the Bayesian network. So why is predictive analytics important? So why is predictive analytics important? This is because first we have detecting fraud. Combining multiple analytics methods can improve pattern detection and prevent criminal behavior. So as cybersecurity becomes a growing concern, high performance behavioral analytics examines all actions on a network in real time to spot. First is detecting fraud. So, as cybersecurity becomes a growing concern, high performance behavioral analytics examines all actions on a network in real time to spot abnormalities that may indicate fraud, zero day vulnerabilities, and advanced persistent threats. Second, optimizing marketing campaigns. Predictive analytics are used to determine customer responses or purchases as well as promote cross-sell opportunities. So the predictive models help businesses attract, retain, and grow their most profitable customers. Next, improving operations. So many companies use predictive models to forecast inventory and manage resources. Okay, improving operations. So many companies use predictive models to forecast inventory and manage resources. So airlines use predictive analytics to set ticket prices. Hotels try to predict the number of guests for any given night to maximize occupancy and increase revenue. So predictive analytics enables organizations to function more efficiently. Lastly, reducing risk. Credit scores are used to assess a buyer's likelihood of default for purchases and are a well known example of predictive analytics. A credit score is a number generated by a predictive model that incorporates all data relevant to a person's creditworthiness. Other risk related uses include insurance claims and collections. When to use predictive analytics? So, ginagamit natin ang predictive analytics anytime you need to know something about the future or fill in the information that you do not have. We have different examples here of predictive analytics in the industry. First is the aerospace. It predicts the impact of a specific maintenance operations on aircraft reliability, fuel use, availability, and uptime. Next, financial services. Develop credit risk models, forecast financial market trends, and predict the impact of new policies, laws, and regulations on businesses and markets. Next, law enforcement. So it uses crime trend data to define neighborhoods that may need additional protection at certain times of the year. And energy. They use predictive analytics to forecast long-term price and demand ratios, determine the impact of weather events, equipment failure, regulations, and other variables on service costs. Netflix has incorporated predictive analytics. So Netflix has announced an expansion into 130 new countries. It's the most popular internet TV streaming service in the world. Netflix utilizes the millions of bits of data they have to predict which shows and movies users would like to watch through their service. So Netflix has a ton of data on their watchers, including the content they watch, how much of it they watch, as well as demographic data. So the company then uses this information to predict which content will likely to be successful if streamed through the service and what the common success points between them are. It also utilizes a well refined recommendation algorithm to predict what users will likely want to watch. Okay, the Royal Dutch Shell PLC implemented predictive maintenance driven by artificial intelligence or AI to cut down on time lost to machine failure. Thus, the systems can anticipate when and where more than 3,000 different oil drilling machine parts might fail, and keep Shell informed about the location of parts at their worldwide facilities and plan when to make purchases of machine parts. So these systems also determine where to place inventory items and how long to keep parts before putting them into rotation or replacing or returning them. So the AI-powered tools predict when maintenance is needed on compressors, valves, and other equipment can autonomously analyze data to help steer drill bits through shale deposits and will soon be able to identify and alert station employees of dangerous behavior by customers, reducing risk from a drilling platform to the gas pump. So Shell has since reduced inventory analysis from over 48 hours to less than 45 minutes, saving millions of dollars each year, and that is to reduce costs of moving and reallocating inventory. Next, the prescriptive analytics. So prescriptive analytics provides organizations with recommendations around optimal actions to achieve business objectives such as customer satisfaction, profits, and cost savings. So prescriptive analytics works with predictive analytics, which uses data to determine near-term outcomes. Organizations across industries are using prescriptive analytics for a range of use case spanning strategic planning, operational and tactical analytics. And the solutions in prescriptive analytics use optimization technology to solve complex decisions with millions of decision variables, constraints, and trade offs. Okay. So, the prescriptive analytics not only anticipates what will happen and when it will happen, but also why it will happen. The software used in this type of analytics has the potential to help during each phase of the oil and gas business through its ability to take in seismic data, well log data, and their related data sets to prescribe where to drill, how to drill, and how to minimize the environment impact. So here in prescriptive analytics, it attempts to quantify the effect of future decisions in order to advise on possible outcomes before the decisions are actually made. And it predicts not only what will happen but also why it will happen, providing recommendations regarding actions that will take advantage on the predictions. Okay. There are solutions involves an optimization model defined in terms of a goal. So the purpose of optimization process is to find values for the decision variables that satisfy all constraints and optimize the objective function. Next, decision variables and constraints. We also have data to create an instance of the model and an optimization engine or algorithm to solve the model instance. Okay. Defining the goal, variables, and constraints. So we have an example sample problem here. A telephone production. So a telephone company produces and sells two kinds of telephones. We have the desk phone and the cellular phones. Okay, so each type of phone is assembled and painted by the company. The objective is to maximize profit, and the company has to produce at least 100 of each type of phone, and there are limits in the company's production capacity. So the company has to calculate the optimal number of each type of phone to produce while not exceeding the capacity of the plant. So the production data is as follows. A desk phone's processing time is 12 minutes on the assembly machine, 30 minutes on the painting machine. A cellular phone's processing time is 24 minutes on the assembly machine, 24 on the painting machine, and the assembly machine is available for at most 400 hours, while the painting machine is available for at most 490 hours. So the desk phones return a profit of $12 per unit, while cellular phones return a profit of $20 per unit. Okay, so our goal here, okay, so ang goal natin dito is uh, for the objective is to maximize profit, and the company has to produce at least 100 of each type of phone, while our variables, we have here the 12 minutes for the assembly machine, 30 minutes on the painting machine, 24 minutes, and also for the available hours of the assembly and painting, and the ROI of the desk and cellular phones. And for our constraints, the company has to calculate the optimal number of each type of phone to produce while not exceeding the capacity of the plant. Okay, when to use prescriptive analytics. Anytime you need to provide users with advice on what action to take. Okay, we have an example here, a prescriptive analytics for hospitals and clinics. So similarly, prescriptive analytics can be used by hospitals and clinics to improve the outcomes for patients. While for the airlines, it's supposed that you are the CEO of an airline and you want to maximize your company's profit. So prescriptive analytics can help you do this by automatically adjusting ticket prices and availability based on numerous factors including customer demand, weather, and gasoline prices. Okay, so the Centerlight Healthcare uses prescriptive analytics to reduce the element of surprise when it comes to patient care and scheduling. So prescriptive analytics helps Centerlight find the best possible times to schedule treatments and check-up appointments without overburdening their patients while also ensuring the utmost patient safety and health. And it also empowers the Centerlight to be just as proactive as their patients when any setbacks or surprises occur. Then we have the Axis Bank. This is the third largest private sector bank in India, implemented robotics, process automation, and deep learning to identify customer behavioral patterns and recommend next best actions to prevent customer churn, including streamlining document processing, identifying events when customers were more likely to leave, and preemptively offering special promotions targeted to those segmented audiences to prevent churn. So, for better customer journeys were identified. There are 125 customer journeys were identified, analyzed, and retooled, and time spent verifying customer provided data across multiple documents in the back office dropped from 15 minutes to 2 to 3 minutes. So the Axis is now developing a chatbot to speed customer interactions and reduce wait times for service at busy branches and during peak interface times.